You can return the mattress for a full refund. It shows up, you roll it out, and if you want to roll it back and send it out, it's free, and it is backed by a 10-year warranty. So you know you're covered. And again, as I said, free shippings and return. You're going to love Purple, and right now for our listeners, you get a free Purple pillow with the purchase of a mattress. That is in addition to the great free gifts they're offering site-wide. Just text DREW to 8488. Again, the only way to get this free pillow is to text DREW to 84888. I think I said 8488. It's 84888. So it's 84, then 3 8s. That is DREW to 84888. Message and data rates may apply. Let's take a couple calls, right? Shall we?
Let's take a call.
Let's talk to Tom. What's up? Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom. What's up?
Yes, hello.
Hey, man. What's happening?
Oh, hey.
Yo, hey.
Drew?
Yeah, hey, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was waiting for... Okay.
It's me.
Yeah. Great. Thank you.
You bet.
Talked to you a couple times in the past on the Edelman Drew show. You had referred me to Al-Anon, and that was a great referral.
Good for you, man.
I'm calling for my personal... You're my personal physician, so I'm calling you.
All right.
But I had a question. I'm 52, and a couple of things. One's about cholesterol, but I was recommended to me to get a shingles vaccine.
Who recommended?
I had never heard of that.
Who recommended that?
The Terry Bradshaw commercial.
Oh, that's where you saw it? Was the Terry Bradshaw commercial?
Don't listen to shit Terry Bradshaw says.
Well, no, actually, my father was talking about it, and he said at my age I should be getting that done.
You're a bit young. You're a bit young. Really, 60, 65 is when we really start talking about it. It's a 2-part vaccine called Shingrix. I've had it. It's a pretty miserable vaccine. Hang on, I got a mouthful of food. I got to eat something.
Don't trust Terry Bradshaw.
Why?
Don't ever trust Terry Bradshaw.
Why?
Who cares why? The conviction with which he said it was so brilliant.
You ever met Terry?
I've met Terry.
Nicest guy in the world, right?
I've met Terry.
In the world.
But Terry be slinging shit he don't believe in, okay? You know, and it's like, Terry for Zale Jams. I'm like, Terry, you don't even take no Zale Jams. Terry.
Fair enough. But shingles vaccine is excellent. It's a new vaccine. It's a 2-parter. It's pretty powerful. It kind of screws you up for the weekend. Again, I've had it. Shingles is a horrible illness. It's a painful, horrible rash. I used to have to deal with chronic pain syndromes from it. It's an awful thing. And you can prevent it completely. So you can get it if you want, but you're a little young, and it's up to you. What's your other question?
So my other question has to do with my cholesterol.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been following Vinnie Tortorich, no grain, no sugar,
cool.
For a couple of years now, and I happened to drop about 20 pounds doing that, doing nothing else.
Nice.
However, my cholesterol did tick up a bit, of course, my cardiologist wants to put me on statins. But
I would do it. I'm on a statin.
Yeah.
If your LDL is not coming under control, that is clearly important to get that LDL below 100. Clearly.
Okay.
I'm having a follow-up. I'm having a follow-up cardiac scan.
I did have a CAT scan, and my calcium score was 0.
Beautiful. That's awesome. I'm having my follow-up in January.
Okay. And then there's no family history of heart disease of any kind.
Yeah, but Tom,
either.
It's clear.
You still think I should do that?
I do think you should if you can't get that LDL. If your HDL is 40, 50, and you can't get that LDL below 100, it's pretty clear that not only are you going to really reduce the risk of heart disease later in life, which you can come on later, but also cerebral vascular disease and dementia. You don't want any of that stuff. You don't want it. I mean, all that Southern food. You worry about your stuff?
Look, I'm not worried about anything. I'm just trying to get on. I'm just trying to get on that mesothelioma lawsuit. I'm just trying to jump on that. I tried the vaginal mesh one, but they wouldn't let me on that one.
Once again, you've got a vagina. This is amazing. This is amazing.
You know what? This is my biggest pet peeve. Every time I see a commercial and it's like, you should take this medication. And then it's like, at the end, don't take if you're allergic to this medication. And it's like, how do I know if I'm allergic to that goddamn medication?
Everything they say that's a qualifier at the end of the commercial is attorney speak. It's nothing there except to say, we said it. We told you.
We told you.
It's nothing real. There's nothing that can change anything.
Look, I am a 32-year-old gay man. Massive diarrhea is fine with me. I will lose some weight. I'll be ready for Halloween. I'm like, that is not turning me off.
Yeah, but that greasy diarrhea they may not be so fun. They don't say big diarrhea. They say greasy diarrhea.
Oh, my God.
That's the tough part.
Those commercials kill me.
So, you're going to help me just the way Chelsea gets called out, you're going to help and call me out with stuff. If I don't see things I should see in the world, like what a crack.
But you're aware. That's the thing.
I'm trying.
We just need people to be aware that things aren't the same.
Well, I think we need new language a bit because I think because a lot of white people go, well, I don't see a lot of racism. I don't see it because they're looking for racism, writ large, capital
sure.
R, and they don't think about this other thing, which is a perspective that makes it's hard. You have to step outside of themselves to get it.
Yeah.
And that's different.
But it's also like, I deal with a lot of people in the LGBTQ community.
Same phenomenon going on. Yeah.
Because sometimes the L's and the G's don't get along and the G's look at the T's because they don't. It's like a whole thing. And for me, there's two things I always say.
The G's and the T's.
The G's and the T's. Like everybody is at each other's throats at some point in life. And, it's very interesting because a lot of times when we talk about, LGBTQ things and people being proud and loud and coming out of the closet, like we're talking about people in LA and New York. What about the guy in Jackson, Mississippi who still is in that closet door? Right. Just because it's good for here doesn't mean it's good there.
We have to, again, be very careful because, for instance, out here in the woke areas, coming out is sort of like, well, why would you even do that? It's like coming out for heterosexuality. Why'd you bother? But if you're out there, it could be a whole thing.
It could be dangerous.
Yeah.
It could be life-threatening. And, going through that and living through that and knowing people who are still living in that, I get so upset when people talk about it. Like, it's like this.
That's a whole other thing we got to deal with in this country is how we're all so different in different regions now. It's really crazy.
But we need to have that conversation.
I know.
Yeah. It needs to happen. And I do love that celebrities are just coming out and being proud. But I also think there are some people who just jump on the letter train for publicity.
Really?
There, I said it.
Really? Who? Come on, who?
I'm just saying.
Who?
And let me let you know something. For all you celebrities who are jumping on the letter train, we put the Q in there for y'all's asses. The questioning is for y'all who want to jump on the train. Don't jump on the L. Don't even jump on the B.
I'd say it's all the ones that want to jump on the L train.
It's all the ones who want to be lesbians and bisexuals. And I'm like,
but it's not men, is it?
No, it's not.
The women.
No, it's the women. Because men still can't even come out as questioning, much less bi, much less gay. You know what I mean?
Well, then you're either hiding or not.
Yeah,
right.
It's either one or the other.
Yeah, it's a little clearer.
It's a little clearer, but a lot of the young girls and I feel bad because they are coming out and they're saying, "Oh my God, yeah, I'm a lesbian, I'm bisexual."
You're talking about Kristen Stewart.
No, Kristen Stewart. I think Kristen Stewart is right on that spectrum.
But she talks about it being so cool. I heard her on Stern the other day, and I was like, "Is she just doing that to be cool?"
No,
okay, right.
She is. Actually, she has found herself.
Okay, good.
This woman has found exactly who she was. She knew who she was. She just found the courage to explain it.
All right, that's good.
I think for her, she's found it. She's found a way to be her without labeling herself. Mm-hmm. And she's
that
put
was
herself.
That was her thing. Yeah,
that's her thing. Yeah. She is fluid.
No, and by the way, that's very current. It's a very,
very current.
Yeah, it's a very acceptable way to be in her amongst her peers and age group stuff.
I'm talking about the ones who come out with a single and they're like, "I'm not fully straight," and I'm like, "Oh, bitch, here we go."
Right.
Oh, here we go, you again. And I just get upset because people see that and it's like, okay, if you guys are going to come out now, where were you when we were struggling to get Prop 8 done? Where were you guys when we were looking to adopt kids? Where were you guys when we were all fighting in the street and walking for, HIV and AIDS medications to be affordable and to be readily available?
Oh, dude, I worked. The reason I got on radio was because of HIV.
I remember you told me.
Because of AIDS. And then I go to karaoke at Stonewall all the time. And Stonewall is the place in New York City where in Greenwich Village where they stood up to the police during a vice
50 years ago.
Yeah, and it's quite an interesting place to stand on that ground.
Let me ask you this question. Two questions.
Yeah.
Do you have a large gay audience? Do you know?
I don't know about large, but I have some.
You have some. I heard there's this new strand of HIV, the first one they found since everything hit.
There is a new strand, yeah.
Yeah, should we?
No, I wouldn't yet, not yet. It just means that we know that the virus is very good at changing itself. Mm-hmm. And now it's changing enough that it's like, ooh, that seems to be a new thing it's doing. But I don't know that it's going to change treatment or anything else.
But are people's PrEP
Going to work?
The Truvada, is that
I've not heard any evidence that it's not. I would think I would know that if there was any worry about that.
Yeah.
Now, I'll let you know if I hear anything.
That's kind of, I mean, that's a whole
important.
other phone call. That's a
you call me.
whole
If you hear
nother.
anything, you call me because I'm a big believer in PrEP. I do think people need to still use condoms. There's a lot of syphilis and stuff going around.
But that's the problem.
I know.
People aren't using the condoms.
I know, but they wouldn't anyway. You know what I mean? I'm a big, I don't blame PrEP for that. We're talking about pre-exposure prophylaxis, HIV. And are you going to blame it?
I know. I live in West Hollywood, and I went to CVS to pick up some prescriptions and groceries and stuff. And I went up to the pharmacy and I gave the lady a box of condoms, and she was like, like literally like, wow, no one's bought any of those in a very long time.
Wow.
And I was like, wow.
That's not good.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of why I've wanted to do a Loveline type thing. It's because I feel like people are still rarely screwed up with their sexual behaviors. It's kind of my original intent with Loveline was a medical show about the biology of sexuality.
Yeah.
That was my intent. HIV and AIDS motivated me. I had tons of AIDS patients. Did that for about 10 years. Lots of AIDS. And it was one of the darkest, saddest periods. There's no one left to remember it. And it was horrible.
Wow.
Horrible. Like, it's so sad. I can't even tell you. Occasionally you see some TV that kind of gets at it a little bit. The Deuce got at it a bit. And it's just beyond awful.
Yeah.
And it motivated me to get on the radio and start talking about it because no one was talking to young people at that time. And it was considered crazy to talk to a young person about a condom.
It's so crazy.
Think about that. You don't really, whenever I'm frustrated with sort of this wokeness and the current, cancel culture and stuff like that, every once in a while, I'll think, we have really moved forward, though.
Yeah.
We have really moved forward in a lot of ways, and we should take inventory on that.
Dude,
in so many ways.
So many ways. When I came out the closet in 2009, till 10
was
years.
it in the South?
No, I was here.
Yeah.
I had moved to LA by then. I was I was comfortable. And I honestly didn't come out because I didn't want to make my mother uncomfortable. And
it's
I know
a common thing.
It's a common thing.
Yeah.
Like, I was happy to live my life
Yeah.
and take the torture and, hear the names because I had been called them all my life. Everyone kind of sort of knew. But I kind of waited because a lot of times when you grow up in a church or in a small community, a lot of times they think, oh, what did the parents do wrong? Oh. And your parents often think the same thing. Like, what's
we got to
wrong?
fix you.
We have to fix you. And I've had my fair share of praying the gay away, moments, but I came to LA and I was like, now I can finally do it because my mother will not have to see it every day or people won't be reminded of it.
She didn't care.
I don't think she cared either.
Yeah.
I think she was more like, do your thing. And I would never talk to my mother about sex in the first place. So I surely ain't gonna talk to her about no gay sex. And she ain't gonna ask me about no gay sex. But we don't talk about, something that we just don't talk about.
That's right.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah. There's lots of families that have lots of different things like that in them.
Yes. But I didn't have
everybody's fine.
I didn't have a coming out party, and it wasn't like this
I think
thing.
you may have been at the beginning of this whole thing. Like, why? It's like, would I come out as straight? Would I come out as? Just get on with life.
For sure.
Yeah. Listen, my friend, it's good to see you.
It was good seeing you.
It really is.
Too.
We got to do more stuff.
No, we have to do more stuff. This was so much fun.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about and a lot to share, and we are just scratching the surface on some important stuff here.
No, I would love to come sit here, and if you can do me a really big favor. Tell your listeners to watch Daily Pop every day at 12:11 Central. Download my podcast, Just a Sip, on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you can call one of your friends and get me on that mesothelioma lawsuit, I would really, really appreciate it.
You don't want no mesothelioma. Trust me, it's a horrible illness. Everybody, Adulting Like a Mother Father, join partners and new parents Daniel Monet and Andrew Gardner every week as they navigate all things adulting. Chat with experts, celebrities, and friends. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss Adulting Like a Mother Father every week on Apple Podcast and a Podcast One. And then, while you're at it, download Justin Sylvester's podcast. Where should we get it? Let's get it Wednesdays?
On iTunes. Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Wednesdays on Google, Spotify, Apple, anywhere you get your podcast.
Just the Sip. Any celebrities coming up?
Oh, we have Robin Givens.
Ooh, interesting.
Yes. And we talk about it all.
Oh. Bring it. When's that out? Next week?
Next Wednesday.
All right, man. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much. Find me that message.
Bye, buddy.